Exactly.
That's how I do it.
It'd be funny if I just didn't hit
Just,
start
like, never
stream.
streamed it.
Yeah. I hit record instead.
We did that at some point where we were not streaming, and then like last week we did it where I kept streaming.
God.
At everyone, color theory with Echo and friends. Smile face.
Smile.
Smile. I was about to do twitch.tv/Cosmocordia.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was about to do it in the Sneakbike channel, and it automatically does it there. So
That's nice. I still think it's so funny. Your Discord, you named it Echolocation.
I think
Yeah,
it's
that's really
fun.
good.
That and Mel, you renamed yours too, the Melatonin.
That's really also good.
It was so confusing to have Sneakbike and Snakebike.
Yeah.
And Bren's got Brensylvania.
Brensylvania is really funny.
Good.
But it's just a theory.
A color theory.
Just
I
a
mean,
color
maybe
theory.
that should have gone at the end, but I like it as the opening.
We don't know anything about this, but
Oh
no,
wait.
that's good.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Continue without
What's up,
account. Now I'm Sylv 3.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus Christ. So if you really
How?
screwed us over here.
I let my iPad go to sleep, and when I woke it up, it said disconnected.
Alright, I don't know how to...
Jesus.
No, it's okay. No, I just have to switch back to my computer, that's all. I can approve
it's
you,
just
but...
a huge inconvenience.
No.
So that's fine. No. I mean, it's fine.
Okay, you should be good now.
Just do it for Cos 4 and Cos 5, just like in preparation.
I wish.
I won't let my iPad go to sleep this time.
Wait, I see Chill in here.
Hi Chill.
Sorry,
Hi Rad.
No, I mean I see Chill in the.
Oh, in the thing, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Color
you
boy.
can.
Oh, what's up, Chill?
Wait, why is this so crunchy? I was trying to write Rad.
Well, I can't type in chat because I can't remember my fucking Twitch username. It's fine. I mean, not
Okay, I'll type
username,
for you.
password.
I can't remember my
My
username.
username. I just changed it. It's so I can't remember.
Could it be now? I'll try it.
How do I get my lines looking better than that?
You can't.
If your iPad is lagging, you can't.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
Yeah, it's
Void
fine.
says
It's
N.
not like
Like
N. God,
and
this.
mood.
Brain empty. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna see if you can up the... You can try to up
Oh,
the
yeah.
stabilizer. Oh yeah, actually that helps. So on advanced settings... Well, no, okay. Right under the color wheel, there are two tiny, like, gray buttons. Click on the one that looks like the 3 lines. And more settings should appear under your brush.
Okay, yeah.
And then at
Stabilizer,
the bottom, you
okay.
can check stabilizer. I have it at level 20, weight 56. Just because that
good.
seemed to help. It'll go really slow when you're drawing, but it'll be a little bit better.
I'm going to level 57.
Hello,
Don't-
Ryan.
Ooh.
I
Neat
think when
trend.
you were talking about the stabilizer the last time, I totally looked at the right thing. Yes, I did.
Yes. Big brain.
No, this does not seem to help.
Well,
Okay, it looks great.
did
It looks
try.
great. Oh god. You're using Gothic script, right, Cos?
Uh-huh. It's okay. We're not here to draw. We're here for colors.
I'm drawing a seismograph.
Huh.
Seismic activity. But it's on a normal day, so there's not really a whole lot of seismic activity. There we go. Sweet.
Earthquake 0.
Oh shit, dude, what was that? Oh, it was just me hitting the old...
Yeah, I bumped into the
I just hit
table.
the desk. Yeah, it's fine. Oh, with Tomato is doing the tattoo that everybody wanted when they were 16.
Oh, hell
Ooh.
yeah.
16 and a dream.
16. Don't Echo will know in 2 years when they turn 16.
Wow.
What a
See,
big
but
party.
I'm still above 13, so it's fine to be on Twitch.
Oh yeah, it's fine to be on
Yeah,
Twitch.
yeah, yeah,
It's fine
yeah.
to be teaching a whole bunch of 20 and 30 somethings.
Yeah, this is fine. I'm just the tiniest here.
Okay,
Well-
this looks better. I just have to go slowly, which you did say, and I just ignored it entirely.
No, I
It's
didn't
okay.
say go slowly. I said it'll make you draw slower, which is
Which came
different. It like
first?
slows down
Really?
your like your line. That's why it's like a stabilizer, so it makes it a little bit
Oh.
smoother.
Guys, who do you think is the shortest of all of us?
Me.
I think it's Sylphs.
How tall is everybody?
I'm
Okay,
a
let's
small boy.
go in the order that we think. So
Okay.
I'm
I think-
as shorty
A
number one,
Short.
Mhm.
Okay.
5'2".
Okay.
I'm 5'4".
I'm almost 5'5".
Okay, so that's better than me.
5
And
Hmm?
Tomato is in centimeters, so he's the
Yeah,
Right.
tallest of
centimeters,
us
so-
all. He's
So
2
in
meters
centimeters-
tall.
Holy shit, dude!
Oh,
And
That's
it's
shit.
like
6 feet.
over 6 foot. Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess we
I
won.
don't know if that's true. I was just making that up.
Oh, okay, well.
We'll never know. It's a mystery to everybody.
My little character is saying, I don't understand why Mel asks that.
Oh no. Okay. Would we like to learn some vocab?
Yeah.
Everybody touch swords.
Everybody touch
Don't
swords.
Don't touch swords. Let's learn vocab. Okay.
I'm gonna write it down as we're going.
Oh, okay. I can send this out after if you'd like that. I'm sharing my screen on Discord. So this is just like super basic color stuff, and I figure I should start with it because if I mention it later and you're like, what does that mean? I feel like it'll interrupt things. So hue is where on the color wheel the color is. So just the outside of that circle, you got like blue to pink to red to yellow to green and then back to blue. Just basically that's what the hue is. And then whereas like saturation or chroma is the intensity of the color, so like how bright it is, which is different from like how dark or white it is. So like a brown is just a desaturated red. I put chroma there as a term, but I've only really ever heard saturation.
Trying to trick us.
I know. Well, okay, that's a lie. I have heard chroma, but I hear saturation more. It's fine. Also, I'd like to say hello to my friend Katie in chat.
Hi, Katie.
Hello.
Wow, hi, Katie.
She's so big brained. One of her pieces is in here.
Wow.
So I'll say like the value of a color is important, and that just means how dark or light it is. So, like the value of the blue that I put for my like little drawing is like mid dark value.
Oh, okay, so that has to do with
oops.
the hue is. No, the hue is not doesn't matter, but it is like more saturated, or is there like these colors I have in this like little circle here?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is the ones closer to the center, are they more saturated than the ones on the outside? Or does it not make a difference? Or is it like I'm thinking about it wrong?
So in the very like black is like a weird thing.
No, okay, just ignore black.
In that it's like it's both the most saturated and the least saturated, but it's always going to be like the darkest. All of your colors are at max saturation. So
okay, so
on
it's going left to right.
yeah, in the square,
Not up down.
up and down is adding like black to it, so making it darker.
Oh.
And left and right is making it less saturated, so it makes it more gray.
Okay. That
Yeah.
makes sense. So is value the black to white? Sorry, I'm
Yeah.
lost here.
Mhm.
Okay. So values up, down in this little square, and left to right is okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
I didn't know what else to call this, but like color harmony is just how the colors piece themselves together. So complementary colors, you know, like the classic yellow and purple and blue and orange. They're on the color wheel, they're directly across from each other. So there are some things that, oh, I'm on white. I was like, why am I not drawing colors? Ooh, maybe. So like red. Oh gosh. No, hold on, this is fine. I'm good. So red and then this blue are actually complements on the color wheel, even though you might be like, oh, red, I'll do green. That wouldn't be correct. That's why eyedroppering colors is like really helpful, because then you get like
what?
The little squishy like pipette thing on the left side. Yeah. You can like click it and then it shows you what the color is.
Oh yeah, and then you can just go to the opposite side and just be like,
yeah, exactly.
You can also alt on this program and do it.
Yeah, or no, wait. I was gonna say I use okay. E, but that's not what it is. In the program as default.
Must be nice.
Must be nice to change the shortcuts you use.
Change the shortcut.
Oh, hi, Brandon. So there are just people I know in chat.
Hi, Brandon.
Hi, friends.
Hello.
Hi, Brandon.
Just hi, Brandon. Hi, Brandon.
What's Brandon doing? What's up, Brandon?
So then a palette is basically just like a set of colors. So if you're versus like color harmony, which is how they work together, like complementary, triadic, like the colors that are next to each other, or like in a triangle, a palette is what colors you pick. And then the last like 3 terms are just things that are said, but I don't ever say them. So I thought it was nice to include them. You probably won't need them, but a shade is when you add black to a color and make it darker. So going up and down in like the little hue saturation box. Or yeah. Tint is when you add white to a color. So just making it lighter basically. And tone is when you add gray to a color, which makes it darker but desaturated. That's like easier to know for painting and stuff, but it's still used.
Yes. Painting's the worst.
So this is your classic color wheel.
Classic.
God damn it.
Same brain. So they're kind of like the color wheel image that I found has the primaries connected and the secondary colors connected.
Satanic. Oh, it's not satanic. It's Star David.
Jesus, you got opinions?
I'll talk about them later.
So then the tertiary colors are just whatever is in between the secondary and the primary colors. Primary colors are blue, yellow, red. Secondary are the mixes of those primaries. So green, purple, and orange, and then the tertiary are just the mixes of the secondaries and the primaries.
Okay.
But like, you got a whole color wheel. You can play with it.
Alright.
So I have whole slides on like value and stuff because I think it's really important. So when you make a color just straight up less saturated, it gets lighter just because our brain like wants that like more saturated color to be darker. So if you had like a fully saturated dark blue, let me do that. So if you have this is like a pretty dark, completely saturated blue. Hold on, let me switch. Yeah. So and if I just make it grayer, I'm not making it lighter at all. It still looks lighter. It's just it's only grayer. I've only taken out the hue from it. And if you take out the hue completely, it's even lighter. So this is all just like on one line. Opposed to making it like whiter. Because like that is like a different color completely. Not a different color, but like a different value in terms of like actually actively adding white. Yeah, Mel, like that.
Yeah. Okay, so I made this less saturated, so we get the. And I mean, I didn't go. all the
Wait,
way
how'd
to
you do
gray,
this? Did you go up and down or left to
But...
right?
No, left to right.
Left to right.
Okay,
You know what?
okay.
Let me do green.
Yeah.
Don't tell me I can't.
Don't tell me.
So
what to
even if
do.
you stick to the very top of it,
Yeah, I'm scared to go.
it's like the same thing, and it just kind of looks like you're adding white, which I guess you kind of are, but since it's not painting, it's like a weird situation.
It's weird if you're not
It's weird.
painting.
Weird.
Weird.
Yeah, that's why
Weird.
also I think color unity is pretty. It's weirdly difficult with digital because you have literally every color.
Well, let's see.
You have literally every color your eyes can see,
Wow.
which is like
Okay.
something like 10 million colors.
Ultraviolet.
So every color on the color wheel has a different value at its maximum saturation. So when it's the brightest it can be, it'll be a different value from something else. So yellow, I don't know, what's like the best way to look at this? So if you look on your color wheel itself, the very outside ring that you use to change the hue, it's all at maximum value or maximum saturation. But you'll notice that this blue is darker than this yellow.
Like to the eye, yeah.
Yeah. But if you were to like just move it completely to the left, they would both turn into white because it's still like max. Like it's, yeah. I don't know. Like if you took out all of the saturation from both of these on the actual picker, they would both turn into white because that's just what they are technically. Whereas like, a red is darker than the yellow but lighter than the blue, and a cyan is pretty similar to the yellow.
Cyan's the worst.
Wow, how do you really feel?
Wow. Why is yellow the brightest ass color? Weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or no, the least bright? What is it? I don't know.
The brightest. The lightest, the brightest color.
The morning star.
Yeah.
Morning star.
So the color difference between purple, or the value difference between purple at its max saturation and yellow is like the most different from any other complements. Which is interesting. That's just a fun fact. I don't even know that. I don't even think you gotta know that.
What are the least different ones? I guess it would be purple and green then?
No, those are
I
pretty.
guess.
Oh, you're not fully saturated. No.
Oh, whoops. My busy bad.
So then there's also like relative value, which is weird. So if you have like black and inside of it you have a medium gray, that's gonna look lighter than if you had that same medium gray over a light gray.
Oh, it's like that chessboard deal.
Yeah, it's literally like an optical illusion almost. That's the same gray in both of those.
No way.
Big brain.
Holy moly.
But yeah. So basically colors can look
cool. I like that.
lighter or darker depending on what they're next to. So in general, I think it's better to figure out the values of like your art first, and then you can focus on color, because if your values aren't good, your final piece is going to be like hard to look at.
Yo, this is the same red. Can you believe it?
Whoa. Well, okay. Now hold on, Mel.
It's not the same. It's not the same red.
I don't know, but even that looks like pretty
But
different.
the red looks the red looks a little brighter in, I don't know which it looks brighter in, but it looks like definitely more. These don't look like the same red to me.
Yeah, it looks. See, and this is like relative saturation.
This looks like darker, maybe. This one looks darker.
Yeah, it looks both darker and brighter because the color next to it is desaturated. Whereas you've got a max saturation blue next to a max saturation red.
Not saturated this one.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That makes sense though because
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So if you had like
So
lightened up
next to saturations, it's like next to something not saturated, it looks more saturated. Next to something lighter, it looks darker.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Yeah, and tomatoes is like pretty drastic too.
That's really drastic.
Yeah.
I like it.
Of course, Kaz choosing purple.
Of course.
So with temperature, that's like when you hear like, oh, it's like a warmer color or a colder color. Roughly, warm colors are like yellow, orange, red, that kind of whole section of the color wheel. And then cool colors are like green to purple. And it's kind of like you can play around with it and how everything kind of like works together. So I don't know, if you wanted like something that feels really like bright and warm, you would want to choose like reds and yellows, and then you could like, if you wanted something to stand out, you could add just like a little bit of blue and you'd be like, oh wow.
This is a fire, and then this car is on fire, and this car is blue.
Yes.
Well, it looks like a polar bear.
Yeah.
Polar bear's on fire.
Global warming, am I right?
Am I right? Okay.
I wish it wasn't.
This is blue is ridiculous.
So I'm gonna switch to these. Oh wait, no, not that. These.
That is the most disturbing.
Oh my god. So basically these are just like simplified versions in like the PowerPoint of like everything that we've kind of been talking about. So all of those top colors, the blue, the pink, and the yellow are all like when you just make them like grays into like the actual values, they look darker as they go like from right to left. And in the middle, that's all the same gray. So you can see how it plays with both like color and with value. When you have a gray inside of like a red, it'll look more green. Like it kind of looks more like its complement inside. Even if it's still totally completely gray, it looks just a little bit green.
Oh.
And the gray inside the green looks a bit red. I don't know if you can see that, but...
Okay. Gray, so the green looks a bit red. Oh, because it's complementing...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can't... My plebe...
Your feeble little brain.
Can't comprehend it, but I believe it. I mean, it makes sense.
Believe it.
Red inside the green void fish says. Alright, so some people can see it.
Yeah.
Not the green and the red. Well, you know, it takes one to know one. Why would I say that? Whatever. I was. God.
So yeah.
This apparent value thing. How do you? How do you figure? Like, what is the apparent value of these things?
So
again?
what I do. So basically, apparent value is what you think you see.
Yeah.
So you think that purple is darker than the yellow because it kind of is, even though like technically it's not. And to get that, what I do is I just take, what is it? This is like a slightly advanced digital art thing.
Wow.
You can make,
handle it.
I don't know.
Nice.
You can make a new layer. Where did that go?
Never mind, I can't do it. I'm not
All
doing it.
right. Well, it's just, they're called blending modes. And
Ooh.
if you, like, let's say I wanted to see the difference between this red and this orange, I could make a blending mode. Well, okay. I can't switch to did my pen die? Uh-oh. We'll just... Ruh-roh. Okay, this is fine. I don't know why I can't switch. Oh, it's because I'm on the wrong thing. This is fine. I'm big brained.
Hell yeah.
So blending modes are on here underneath the color wheel, like a couple rows down. You'll see something that says normal with like a little drop down arrow next to it. I choose. Oh, I can't get that far down on my iPad. I choose the color blending mode and then just make it a gray, and then I like draw over it, and it should like turn it completely desaturated. But I can't show you this. I cannot show you this.
Yeah. So like if you I get the kind of deal. If you grayscaled this blue, and you did like a subtractive of some other gray. Well, actually, I guess it would just be grayscaling it. Like if you just grayscaled this, that's the gray you would get. Okay, that's legit. I get it. All right, cool. I'm into it.
Yeah, easy. Well, easy. So basically, like with the oh, sorry. Was somebody gonna say something?
I would never.
So the like relativity with the value and saturation also works with like the warmth of a color. So pink is always gonna look warmer than like a green, just because green is so much colder than pink. But purple, where you'd initially say, well, that's a cool color, right?
Yeah.
Not if you put it next to like colder colors like green and blue, because then purple is your warm color there.
Right, because contrastingly, it's next to cold colors, so it becomes warmer.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a middle boy. Okay.
Yeah. Well, even it works with like other things too, I guess. It's not just purple, basically. So like you just want to have like a contrasting color, and if you want to make something look like way warmer than it is, you just put some more cold around it.
Okay.
So if you wanted a yellow to look warmer, you can... Oh, well, no, that's ugly. I
love it.
Gorgeous. It's just... You gotta work it. You gotta work the colors, baby.
Okay. I like it. Relativity, baby.
Yeah. So now we're gonna talk about the science of color.
Hell yeah.
So there's like subtractive color versus additive color. Subtractive color is what we use to like paint with, what we use to print with. When you add the colors together, they'll get darker and they'll make black. It's because when light hits a surface, that surface absorbs certain wavelengths of light and reflects what it doesn't absorb back at you, and that's the color you see. So something that looks like super yellow absorbs everything but yellow, and it reflects the yellow back at you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So like black looks black because it absorbs everything and doesn't reflect anything back at you.
Wish it would.
I wish.
Dude.
And then additive color is the opposite. It's what like computer screens use. And it's just lights in general. So when you're doing digital art, it's mostly in RGB, which is additive color. It's color that uses the emission of light rather than like reflecting and absorbing. So when you add all the additive color primaries, you get white. Kaz, do you have something to say?
I timed out again. I'm so sorry. Now I'm so sore.
Oh, wow. I didn't know. You should have said
okay.
something.
I was listening intently. I didn't want to interrupt you.
No.
Kick her out.
So 4, you have so many.
I could have just made an account. I could have mitigated all of this.
You really could have easily made an account.
Can I kick all the old ones with you?
All my clones.
Kick and block? No, I don't want to do that. I feel like that'll cause issues. Okay. So when you're the reason why the additive and subtractive color is like kind of relevant when you're doing digital art is that while most digital programs work in RGB, when you print, it'll be in CMYK. So lots of printers do just straight up convert it for you, but it is always helpful to just work in CMYK, which you can do in Photoshop. I don't know how to do it otherwise. It's fine. You can look up probably like CMYK safe colors and then kind of go from there. But yeah. Hell yeah. So now we're on to the stuff that I think matters the most. Oh, so we're using Magma Studio. It lets everyone kind of draw on the same canvas at once. So a monochromatic color scheme is when it's all the same hue. So if you just like chose like, oh, I love this specific red, you don't like move the hue slider at all, and you just kind of move around in like saturation and value, and you can pick out your colors that way. So you could do like an entirely brown color scheme by like choosing an orange or a red and just kind of playing around with that.
Yeah, I regret my choices here. This is gross. That's alright. It's earthy.
No, I like that.
Earthy.
And the more desaturated you go, the brighter your like more saturated colors will look. So if you did I'll just erase this. This is still technically a brown. There's still some color in here, but even just that step up looks more brown. So then even compared to this, that's like, oh, that's really bright.
It's too brown. Oh yeah.
And it's not even like that. Like it's pretty different, but it's still like very. It's just like it really sticks out. So, and then analogous, I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's colors that are, it's colors that are next to each other on the color wheel. So
you just said that so confidently. I'm confident that I'm not right.
I'm not super sure.
I'm confident that I'm wrong.
Yeah, that was a home run.
Yeah,
it's Analogous, actually.
Anal Logans.
Yeah.
God. Somebody ban Mel.
Kick him. So analogous colors are when you shift the hue slider, like it can be slightly or it can be like a pretty wide range. So if you want to eyedropper the colors that I'm choosing, that might help. So if you went from like this orange to like maybe like a slightly darker red, and then you could go pinker.
I'm gonna do very subtle.
Do like that, and it kind of feels like pretty warm. It's a pretty warm color palette. Compared to like if you wanted to do these green, like green to blue, maybe. Then this is a colder color palette, but it looks basically analogous color palettes look like deeper for colors. So if you were trying to shade like a green apple, instead of just using a darker green, you would use maybe like a darker blue, or even just more blue, because it looks better. I'm gonna erase these colors. Are you guys good? Well, I did it. I did it anyways.
Wow. First of all, so these are all the same hue though. I'm sorry, they're not the same hue. They're the same saturation and value.
Well,
do you worry about that with analogous colors?
You can you should change the value and the saturation with all of your color palettes, and something can be analogous even if it's the hue. The hue is what matters in these color schemes, but the value matters, but not for the scheme itself.
Okay, wait. Can we have a little callback? Okay, so
yes.
Hue is where on the circle we're at. Value is left and right. Saturation is up and down?
No.
Value
is up and down. Saturation is left and right.
Okay.
If you desaturate a photo, it becomes black and white.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like adding a bunch of gray, I guess, or adding a bunch of white, maybe. I don't know.
It's pretty much just taking
Value is left and right. What was it? Saturation is up and down?
No,
You said that.
you said it the wrong way again.
You said it the wrong way twice.
Basically,
Somebody write this in chat,
here. Think about it like
Look,
this.
it's so easy.
Cause as it gets darker, you know how the black is at the bottom?
Uh-huh.
That's value. That's a darker value. And as it gets
Look,
gray, like I don't know how to. If you understand it, the words don't matter.
I am a mnemonic king.
Hmm.
Look, value is up and down because the V in
Oh my
value
God.
is a down arrow.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
But was I right? Hue is where we are on the color wheel.
Yeah. Yes.
And then what is saturation?
Okay.
Kaz has been away from the keyboard for 99% of this.
God.
No.
Great.
It's just good pedagogy to have a callback sometimes. Okay, go on.
Sure.
Beep beep boop. Empty brain. Brain smooth. Basically, analogous colors are really good just for kind of like making things look more interesting. Monochromatic is like totally fine to use. Like black and white is a monochromatic color scheme, but there's no color. So just making things look more interesting is like it's easy to do if you just kind of shift the hue either way. You can,
I like that.
yeah. So the next one we've got are complementary colors.
Ugh. No one likes those.
Everybody hates them. And you know, despite the name, they don't go together very well. No, I'm kidding.
Wow. They're great.
So complementary colors, you want to choose the color and then the one opposite of it on the color wheel. And you can change the hue and the saturation and stuff. Or nope, you can change the value and the saturation. And then you kind of, like analogous color schemes, you kind of want to move the slider kind of side to side, because then it just looks a little bit more interesting. You'll see that with like all of the color palettes going forward. I don't know if that makes sense or not.
You want to wait? What slide side to side? You want to move the slider?
Yeah, you want, basically for complementary color palettes, a lot of the times you'll see basically it's two analogous color palettes kind of smushed together, but on opposite sides of the color wheel.
Oh, okay, got it.
Goodbye, Bren.
Bye, Bren.
Bye.
Oh, goodbye. And you can also change the hue slightly. Like, it's better to change it only a little bit so it stays more of the complementary. Like, these are still complementary even though I've changed the hue. Does that work? Does it work?
That makes sense.
Oh yeah. Then triadic color schemes basically form a triangle on the color wheel, so there are like three main hues. Like in general, you could be like an orange, a green, and a purple, but like maybe the purple has like a small range of hue.
Okay.
And in the slide, I've kind of shown why varying the saturation is important, because the top palette and the bottom palette are exactly the same, or like the same hues, but the top one looks better because I made some of them lighter and some of them grayer, just kind of making it look cooler.
Yeah, if you don't do that, it just looks like garbage.
Yes.
This is trash. I hate this.
It's hard. What are you struggling with specifically? No, because I can help. I don't know.
That's not how you spell complementary. Don't look at me.
How did you spell it?
No. Delete.
Complementary.
Delete.
Oh,
Delete.
wow.
I was like, why is it so much shorter than the other one?
That's insane.
But if I can spell it right, tell me if I did it right.
I think I mean
Not the spelling of the word, but if they're complementary colors.
Oh yeah. Let me zoom over here. I'll flip the scene.
Yo, is there a train there? That's cool. I wish I
Oh.
had a train.
Yeah.
Sweet. All I have is wind.
Wind.
Win, baby.
But yeah, cause
And
those are
win
complementary
scores.
colors.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I didn't do any of the saturation stuff. When you do saturation like this, do you start at max saturation and then like go down, or like do you just fuddle with them?
No, you go left to right.
That
For
was the key,
saturation.
but, you know, it's fine.
Um,
Okay, come on.
I kind of start with whatever I feel like.
Okay.
I
Thank you.
either so
No further questions.
I either start with my lightest color or my darker color, and I kind of go from there. With complementary
Okay.
specifically, I kind of choose which I want to be the dominant color of the piece, and then most of my value range should be in that dominant color range. So if I was doing a blue and orange, I would draw down like both of my colors first, and I'd want blue to be darker just because shadows like are usually colder colors. And then I would go and I would choose. Okay, so this is gonna look yellow because I chose the blue wrong. It's fine. Don't look at me. And I'd want my yellow to probably be like pretty light. And when I would change it, I could go like a little bit. I could make it. Well, that's not different at all, is it? I could make it like just a little darker. And then I would go back to my blue. And I would make it like maybe a little darker because I don't know if that value is dark enough. And I maybe push it towards more purple. Oops, I was still on my eyedropper. So then I could get like an even darker value, and then I could push it back towards like green and go a little bit lighter. I can change it. As you go lighter, I'll usually go more desaturated with like blue specifically, just because it's such a dark color at max saturation.
Yeah, I think doing these at like max saturation and max value just looks kind of gross. And
Yeah.
it looks like old computers, like on web
Mhm.
screen, the top one.
Yeah.
But then the other ones look real good because I don't know why, but like they just look better. They look more dynamic.
Yeah, they're not all fighting for your like attention, basically.
Oh,
They're all just kind
way
of
to put
there.
that. That's exactly how I feel about that.
Mhm.
That's exactly the case. Huh.
So then split complementary is basically I just think it's the same. It's basically the same as a triadic scheme, except the like the legs of the triangle are kind of like closer together. It's a wider range for like complements. So if it was hold on, that's ugly. If it was this purple, and then this green. Wait, no, that's too far away. Don't look at me. It was this purple and this blue. You'd kind of like go in the middle of them directly and then cross the color wheel to choose the one that would be like the complement of the average, I guess. So this purple is like here on the color wheel, and this one is, hold on, my brain is working and it's not. So if it was like this is how it's kind of laid out on the color wheel. You kind of see that it makes like a little triangle.
Kind of cute.
Yeah. Versus a triadic. I always want to say tetradic, and that's not correct at all. Versus like a triadic scheme, which has the legs out just like a little bit further. And then you get
interesting.
You get that. It's basically like an equilateral triangle versus an isosceles triangle.
Yeah, I love triangles. All right, I'm okay with this.
The strongest shape.
The strongest shape. Here's a scaling triangle. Who cares?
And then there are tetradic color schemes, and I don't use them because I think they're pretty complicated, but it's basically just two complementary. Well, no, I guess it's not really that, is it? You make a square on the color wheel. And at every point of the square, you basically choose your color. So.
Yeah, so it is two complements. But I mean, I guess it depends on like the arms of your square.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
There is already a square in my color wheel.
Yeah, I think it's always going to be complements because you're doing it on a circle.
Yeah. I mean, they are always going to be complements, but you can have two sets of complements and them not be tetradic.
To each other.
Yeah.
But they also have to be kind of like equal from each other. Although the one on the right kind of looks like it's a little bit like a little pyramid-y kind of thing.
Well, it's because I didn't draw a square right. It's fine.
All right. Well, I won't make fun of you for it, but
Something that might be easier to like test out, I guess, for yourself is like seeing like that like square for the color picker and just choosing it at the corners.
That's what I tried to do.
Oh yeah. Because then you can kind of like see it a little. It's not cheating. You can see it a little bit easier.
I'm a hacker.
Hacker.
Who quotes?
Sills, are you asleep right now?
Are you napping with a basset?
Sills, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Oh no, I'm gonna time out and become Silv 5.
Uh-oh.
Oh no, dude. Trivia time.
Are you guys ready for trivia?
Oh no. Ask me saturation and value. Ask me that
ask
one.
the chat first, and then
I
the chat
didn't know that was a
too.
test.
I didn't study.
So
No, saturation's not up and down. Value's up and down.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait. Oh, did we
made this we made this I made this command to make fun of Sylves.
Wow. Wow.
That's
and
so
you even
mean.
said wow when I did it, so you were there.
Because I probably thought that was right. I thought you were trying to be helpful.
The V in value is the down arrow.
Wow.
I'm deleting this command. Anyway, go on, Echo, please.
So I'm gonna show you some images and you can tell me what you think the color scheme is. Like complementary, split complementary, triadic.
Okay.
My cat is screaming. It's fine. She's fine.
Was your cat the one driving the fire truck?
Oh, before we answer, we should give a little time for the chat to answer.
Yeah.
It'd be kind of cute.
So this is by Katie Yee. She's a very good like prop designer and visual development artist.
Mm-hmm.
So these are like some shop fronts that she's done.
I love it.
So
Okay.
Chat, what do you
Look at
think?
the color. Yeah, what do you think, chat? What do you think?
ooh. Oh dang.
I have a guess, but only because you shared your PowerPoint with me already.
Yes.
Wow.
I did not put the answers in the PowerPoint, but I have like a hint slide on the next one where it's the colors shown on the color wheel.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, like, yeah, these are all brown to him.
Oh no.
The D is the one with the 4. Oh, the fourth one there. That could be the case. We got some yellow. Then we would need some.
It's like the analogous plus the complementary, because it's like these purples and blues plus the yellows and oranges.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, or is that tetradic? I don't know.
No, that was like complementary. So here's where I admit that I forgot which one each one was. So
okay, fair.
So not like the whole picture, but like individually, these are what they're like shown. So that helps like a little bit more, but you can see in each one, both the saturation and the value are varied on each thing, and generally the lightest values are the warmest colors.
The lightest value, okay, that makes. Okay, so it's like the neon and the physics, psycho. I can't see the words, but whatever.
Oh, it's a little small. Here.
No, it's okay. It's fine. It's all good. Okay, so that one is triadic, I guess, because they're all smushy together. But the next one, the second one, is that complementary still, or is that weird triadic that I hate?
So they're both kind of, the first two are both kind of split complementary, but it's basically just like a modified triadic. But like understanding like how the colors link together is more important than like assigning names to everything, I think.
Oh, I see. So we got the dark stuff with the like shadows and outlines in the top of that. The blue and the green kind of go, I guess, with the lights inside. And then the yellow is the lightest, so it is like the one that your eye goes to the first, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So I think for me the most important thing here is how, despite all of these being slightly different color schemes, they're all generally purple, because purple is the color that she's chosen to be the dominant color, and then the yellows and the browns are like just like the accents.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
Anybody have any comments? Questions? Questions? Comments?
No, Mel's gonna make fun of me.
Oh no,
I'm
no,
not gonna
cuz
make fun
what?
of you. I'm not gonna make fun of you, Kaz.
Oh no, I didn't have a question.
Oh, okay.
I was just being salty.
Why would you then just say I was gonna note that, like, it's interesting that the first one, the second one, and the third one have like these really, really light yellowish type things, and your eye like goes to it right away.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the light purple also draws the eye on the third one, because between those two other darkery ones. But for the fourth one, we don't really have, like, we have a muddy yellow, and it's hard to like even though that's so much darker, it still draws the eye in because everything else is so much darker.
Yeah, and you would say that the fourth one's kind of moody, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
so on the color wheel, do you see like how desaturated this like gold kind of feels?
Mhm. Yeah.
But like compared to everything else, it looks like pretty bright. So like
Mhm.
that's that relative value coming in clutch. So
Yeah, baby.
on these next ones, these are character designs, and I think it's important to also look at like maybe not whole pieces, but like character designs too, because it has the same rules. So these are two character designs by Nick Ormsby. I would recommend you check them out. He does very good character designs.
Ormsby.
Chat, do you have feelings? Feelings about these colors? Because even if you can't name it, just talking about why you think the colors work is, I think, important.
You said like Red Skull, put a pumpkin for her face.
These are cool. Okay, wait. Can we? I thought. Can we put a pin in this? No.
What?
I thought
What the
like
fuck?
complementary colors. I'm like playing around with the color wheel. I thought
Mhm.
complementary colors were like they're like across from each other, right?
Yeah, they
Or
are.
not necessarily. Because I always thought like red and green, blue and orange, and
Right.
purple and yellow. But those aren't like a straight line across the wheel. They're like kind of at an angle from each other.
Sort of
Right.
split, if you will.
It's kind
what?
of well, so split complementary has like a wider range of like values on the opposite side from its complement, but like you can fudge the complements a little bit. It doesn't have to be like direct, strict. It has to be exactly directly across the color wheel. It's like if you get the general feeling of it, you can push it to its limits. But like when you're being taught art and stuff, it's like very simplified.
So we're at the 200 level now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Die geboren.
Because like these are like straight across from each other on the color wheel because they're at like the opposite corners of the square.
Mm-hmm.
But like that's pink. That's not red.
Hmm.
I'm mad.
Okay, well, please be calm,
Mhm.
first of all. I think this has the 3. I think the first one is the 3. The split complementy one, or the triangle one. Because we got the green, we got the orange, but then we also have this like dark blue, like really really I don't know what this would be, like desaturated high value, something like this. Bluish or purplish.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes like a little triangle. I don't know.
Yeah.
Second one's harder because it's like a blue. It's just like a blue and then like we've just got like some dark and then some very, very light on the bottom. So that could just be like a desaturated blue. But maybe it's a little red? I don't know, I can't really tell. But possibly like looks a little red?
Mm-hmm. You're correct.
No.
Also,
Okay.
Ruben, thank you for the bits. I
Thank you,
didn't put
Ruben.
alerts here because I forgot that they were a thing.
It's alright. We'll just say it out loud every time.
Just say it
It's
out loud.
fine. We'll just say it out
So, I regret to say that the first one definitely would have tricked you regardless, because it is a
No.
tetradic color scheme.
loud. No, dude!
Which is why, and hear me out, this is why I think, like, taking an image and putting it, like, into your art program and color picking everything really helps.
Oh yeah, his cape. His, like, outline of his cape.
So, Cole, what is your honest question? How do you know what tone of black it is? You can kind of tell, like, relatively, but it is pretty hard. Once you, like, start seeing, like, more colors and you start, like, well, not when you start seeing more colors. Everybody's seen every color, it's fine. Well, colorblind folks, it's different.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, get out.
but it's easier to see when a black is a specific, or like when a gray or a black is a specific color when it's more saturated. These are really desaturated purples, so it's really hard to see. I'm now realizing that the color wheel in this program is tilted different than the one in Procreate. Interesting. It still gives the same feeling. Purple, yeah, Rad, they're purple, but it's like so gray that you can barely tell. But it uses the complements mainly as highlights, and then it's only a tetradic in that he's taken just like the lightest, or like the exact mid-tone between this orange and this green, just as like the tiniest accent, and your brain doesn't even register it. And then the second one, you were right, Mel, in that her skin is warmer, or like redder. It's like just a very desaturated purple. And because everything is so desaturated, when the colors are more saturated, it really sticks out, like all of those blues.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, yeah. Okay. Cool.
And like in these specifically, you can see where like value is also really important, because the character on the right is mostly like a lighter value because of her suit, and the character on the left is like a pretty dark value because of his suit. And they both both of these use color to like accent in different ways.
Yeah, I dig it. I like it. Interesting.
Then there's this one.
Oh, Jesus.
By Katie Mulligan.
Oh.
Who's, hold on. She's Kelp Romaine on Twitch. She's gonna start streaming soon. Oh, I can't even type it in chat. I forgot.
Oh, I'll do it. What is it?
Kelp Romaine. Oh yeah, there she is. Katie, this is yours. So, vibes, chat.
Wow, okay, I did a AO.
Quelp?
AO, and I also spelled Kelp Romaine wrong.
So wrong.
I don't know how I did that.
You did it. Hello, Katie.
Oh, go follow. Go file. Go file.
File.
Go file. Go file your taxes.
Go file your paperwork.
Go file your paperwork, guys. And then follow Katie. Look at this. Cost of living. It's a snake. And skulls. I didn't even see the skulls. Probably an important part. File me. I'm excited to see some streams.
Yeah, big art moves.
Art? Community. Okay, so we got the red, sure, for show. Then we got like a really, what is this, like blue or purple? It's like some desaturated-ish, high value-ish. Like a blue or a purple or some noise. Okay. And then white could be like anything, I don't know. Maybe from the yellow side, so I don't know. I don't know.
All right. Would you like to see or would cause tomato? Do you have feelings?
I'm still wrapping my head around compliments. Is
Oh,
it
no.
okay?
Oh,
So
no.
you said the color wheel was different in this one because I realize you don't have the thingy, the canvases up on screen, because like right
Mhm.
across from each other, like on this color wheel, there's red and blue, but those
Mhm.
aren't compliments,
But
are they?
they are in like on when I said that this color wheel is different, I just mean where like what rotation it is. It's just rotated. But that red and that blue are complements, and it's more of like a technical thing, because like red and green are still like your like I don't know, it feels like there are stereotypical ones where you immediately think of, and I still think that those are very valuable, but like technically, like on a very technical level, they're like very different. It's weird.
Okay.
I
I'm
just
sorry.
think no,
I
no,
get
no,
caught up
no,
on
no.
the
This is
little
good.
things.
I think it's important to, like, I guess, to analyze it, you know? Okay.
I'm going with what SoCal said. Split complementary, orange, buttery yellow, desaturated purple.
Oh, I said yellow at some point. I thought
Okay.
the skulls were like a light yellow.
Yeah, they're kind of like cream.
All right. Are you guys ready?
I've never been more ready.
So, it's actually analogous.
Wow.
Damn it!
You can see like the depth that it gets even with such like a small range of colors.
So we got the red, then we got I thought this was blue, the
Mhm.
dark or purple, the dark stuff, but it's really a dark
So cool.
red.
It's like a dark so now it is hard. Hold on. I'm gonna close this and open Procreate for myself. It's fine. It's like a desaturated pink.
Okay.
And then up to like a desaturated orange. Yeah, purples and browns, I mean, they look pretty similar because they're so close. You can have a purple brown. Which sounds like wild and stupid, but
A purple brown. I'm into it. I like it.
yeah. But I also
Everyone
think
please, everybody please.
Quilplemane.
Quilplemane.
Ow, Quilplemane.
Oh, Quilplemane.
Oh.
Thank you
Scroll
for
up. That's saturation, right?
Yeah.
Thank you,
Down
Tomato. But yeah, it also shows that how color can like show a specific like mood or motif, because you see this and it looks like coals and fire, but not like a super bright fire, just like things are burning very dimly.
Like an ember of a dying coal town.
Very specific.
I'm just thinking.
Yeah. So this is by Jamie Kimley. She's a visual development artist and a comic artist. My work is very colorful. But this one, I thought it was an interesting set of colors. So what do you guys think?
Got the red, we got the green, we got the we got the blue. Well, it's like aqua. Sorry. We got the red. Got the green.
I'm saying complementary. Now that my world has been rocked about what is and is not complementary. Now that I know red and blue are complementary.
Wow. Because the green's right across from there. The blue's a little darker, and then the tree trunks that look brown, but they got like red on them. They're kind of like red boys. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna guess complementary.
Jamie does love a good compliment. Tomato, I didn't hear you.
I'm going with the triangle.
Ooh.
Wow.
Beaker Braid.
Must be nice.
So it's analogous.
Oh,
so you can you can see though how
don't believe it.
You can see like this is still a pretty wide range of colors. Obviously, it's almost half the color wheel, but like messing with max saturation and desaturated colors, because those blues are grayer, they look even greener than they actually are.
Yeah, it's pushing it towards the green, I guess. Because
Mhm.
like that bottom really is like not. It's like a dark aqua color. But yeah,
It looks
all right.
really green. I'm tilted.
It does.
See, even
Oh.
okay, but in chat, Katie, even she was bamboozled. That's so
She's bamboozling us. Bamboozler becomes the bamboozled. That's what I'll say.
So then there's this one by Elena. Wait, is it Fleur de Lis? It is Fleur de Lis. I thought I fucked up her name. It's fine.
Okay.
She is also a very good artist who does a lot of like portrait illustration.
We got blue, we got perp.
I barely know her.
And we got yellow. This cannot be analogous.
No,
I'm
it's a
guessing-
triangle.
Oh, I was gonna guess complementary.
I don't know
Guess
anymore.
Final answers?
Guess-
I'm saying
No, I
triangle.
want the triangle. I want the triangle.
All right.
I want the triangle. They're a little too far apart, I think.
One triangle coming up.
Okay.
So this is why it's not
Yeah.
quite like it's complementary with just like a little bit, It's almost split complementary, kind of. But this is why I think this one is important to include, because it shows that it's like you don't need to like fit into the template perfectly to have a good piece. And also that accent colors are important because the yellow really stands out.
Yeah, I wonder if like because if she if Elena pushed it to be more of like the split complement. What is the triangle? Whatever that one is. And push the yellow like clockwise here. That would be more towards green, and it might not look as bright with the blue.
Actually, that way would be more red, yeah.
Okay. That's just like okay.
Oh, so the color wheel here is just flipped. That's so
flipped,
strange.
Yeah, that is a little weird. Okay, towards red. Yeah, okay. So then
it would be more orange.
Yeah, it might not look as like bright compared to the pinks that we have there. Yeah. Interesting.
See, and that's why I think it's just important to know the different types of color harmony, because then you can kind of like analyze something a little bit more. Because it's what your brain wants to think.
I like it.
So these are big and multiple. Have fun with these. I couldn't figure out what these were until I eyedroppered them.
God.
Oh, yeah, this is by Emily Gunn. She does a lot of patterns and design.
That's it. I'm pulling up a color wheel so I can make the color wheel bigger. Okay. Right.
Echo, my brain doesn't want to think, and that's the problem. Well, so call.
I'm guessing for the first one, split complementary, because it looks like, if I'm gonna guess, like these are possibly pretty close to like full saturation, full value, and then it makes like almost a triangle on the color wheel. Maybe.
Okay.
Potentially. Possibly. And then second one is also, it's got like oranges, so it's just a bigger triangle boy thing. Maybe not yellow, actually. Maybe this is I have no idea what the second one is. And then third one, Analogous? No, because it's got that blue there.
So if you
I'm
click
guessing triangle.
Triangle. Okay.
Screw it. I'm guessing triangle.
Triadic, the one where they're all next to each other, and then Triadic. I think those are good guesses. So call.
I don't know
I
the
think that
second
all
one.
of these
I
are
can't
good
do the second
guesses.
I
Something.
don't know the second.
Yeah. Analogous.
Analogous.
So call was correct with the second one, and the first one is a little strange, but it's the same situation as Elena's piece, where basically complementary, but you got like a little extra.
Yeah, that's interesting. And this one, we didn't like the green is the standout color here, or the most aqua green, and that's like the brightest or the most has the most saturation and so forth. So that's pretty cool because it's like locked with those other boys, but like it's not the yellow that's the standout color in this case.
Which gives it like a pretty weird look.
Yeah, it's like very jarring.
The second one is Analogous.
I have no idea. Yeah, that one's weird.
Because if you go from like an orange to a purple, that's only a little bit on the color wheel. Because you've got nothing like opposite it.
So
if it was
just red.
It
goes orange to purple. It skips to red. That's a possibility. Okay.
Purple. Oh, this one's weird because I didn't even notice the clouds, like the light purple. So it's, but it's probably I guess the brightest thing is the sun, and that orangey kind of thing. Yeah, I guess because all the other, but no, I mean the purple's really bright too. So I don't know.
Yeah, these ones are just like more surreal. These are for a CBD infused seltzer water.
Oh, finally. God damn, stop tricking us into buying your seltzer. Jeez.
Yeah. As I've done many times.
Oh, God. Oh, this is cool. I have a LaCroix thing, passion fruit right here. And I looked at the first two colors that I saw, which was like green and orange. And they're kind of like askew from each other. And I was like, oh, well then if this was like split complementary, it should have a blue somewhere. And that's the other color. It's like the LaCroix part. So that's like legit. Okay.
Yeah. Isn't color fun? Isn't learning fun?
I don't love it, but I'm kidding. This is really fun. I really did not know. I thought I knew like a lot about color, but it turns out I didn't. So, yeah. So it's nice to be proved wrong.
You could pull up a color wheel, so-called. That is a thing you could do.
I did pull up a color.
Yeah, well, you have one on the program.
Yeah, but that's really small.
Well, I prefer suffering. And then the third one is split complementary. And do you see kind of how that one works different from just complementary?
Yeah. Because I guess like there's groups of these other yeah, like the pink and the purple and the red kind of like are going together on a lot of these things, and then the like in whole chunks, like the mountain, the sky, all that is that one piece, and the other piece is like contrasting with that, the yellow and the brown stuff. That's like the water and so forth, and the sun. I don't know if that's exactly, or if that's something, but I don't know.
So the first one, I wouldn't call it split complementary necessarily, but that's just like a me thing. Mostly because in the third one, you can kind of see how the worms are like fanned out, and then the green blue is kind of like directly across from the middle of those, whereas the first one, the main colors are both directly across from each other, and then it has an accent of a different color.
Sorry, what was the first one considered?
Just I would call it complementary.
Nice.
But also, words don't matter.
Well,
words are made up, and the points don't matter.
Jeez. Oh God. Linguistics next time on the Sneakbike.
This one's a challenge. Have fun.
Let me look at my color wheel.
It's like all the colors.
It is so many colors.
Complementary.
Analogous, but it's 100% of the color.
Rainbow.
Rainbow, baby. So we got all right. The grass and the peas or whatever. That's probably not peas because that would be green. The grass and the flowers definitely complementary. They're on top of each other. The sun and the surf complementary-ish colors. So it looks like it is using all the colors like in Gestalt, like in the whole thing. But like on each piece, it looks like they're contrasting with each other. That's what I would guess. Kind of a non-answer, but sorry.
No, this one's hard. I thought that this one worked really well, and I couldn't place it, so I put it in here and like eyedroppered the colors, because that's how you learn, baby. So this one is weird. I would call it, personally, I would call it tetradic, but you got like just such a wide like fan of colors that like work together in like really weird ways. Whereas like I would say in this piece, pink is kind of the accent color. That makes sense, just because you don't really notice that bright pink. And the only other pink is on their skin, and then everything else is
the orange as well. This is sort of bike tires and part of the sun.
Yeah, so pink is like the minor color, so it doesn't have as big of a presence. So if you were to like cover up that part of the color wheel, it's like I don't know how to describe it exactly. It's like a mix of Analogous, but like it has like more of that Complementary in there. It's just like weird, but I think it shows like how like desaturated colors can work really well with bright colors. Yeah. And I think that this shows that the rules don't really matter.
So we're saying this is bad art because it uses colors bad? Is that what we're...
No!
Yeah. So that's
no,
what, anyway,
Trang!
So please go to...
Trang fam.
Exactly, that's not a passing grade for me, sorry.
No, this is very interesting. It is very pretty.
Yeah, she chooses pretty interesting colors, and I just think that it's... I don't know, it's interesting because the ground plane, and well, the plane being like all the grass is like this desaturated green, and the water in the background is this desaturated blue, and both of those like kind of make up the ground, and the ground is basically all cool colors, and it kind of like both groups that and separates it away from the bright, like the yellow and like the sun and the birds.
I like it. That makes sense.
So this one, it's by Natalie Reese. She's a comic artist. She's done like Snarl Bear and what is it? Super Lunchtime Battle.
Super Lunchtime Battle. You heard it here, folks.
What is it called? I'm bad at this.
I'm looking at the color wheel.
Space Battle Lunchtime. I'm so sorry.
Wow. Space Battle Lunchtime. Everybody look up Space Battle Lunchtime, babies. We got a little... What is this called? The fish thing that they're going to put into... Minecraft, the
glow squid.
No, the what? No.
What?
The little guys with the little antennas. They've got like 6 antennas. The guy in the background, like the warm part, like glow squid. No, not glow squid. The little axel.
Oh, axolotls.
Yeah, axolotls, baby. Axel.
They're just salamanders that never grow up.
That's Peter Pan salamanders. That's what they call them. Okay, so we definitely have complementary colors. Like the inside's really in general dark, and or whatever, and then the outside's brightish, or warm and cold, I guess. And see, we have the greens and blues. I don't know if that counts as one, so I'm just gonna say straight complementary, even though it's pretty wide fan. But yeah, I'm gonna say straight complementary. I'm gonna go crazy. Let's say straight complementary.
So there's a lot of colors here. But it is pretty much complementary, and then it just kind of fans out wider than you might expect. And I think it shows how like a dominant color can really sort of like group one section together and separate it from another section. So like the interior of this space is like just completely warm colors. It's lighter. Nothing in that like little rectangle is darker than anything in the foreground. So it helps it like separate it a lot.
Yeah. Okay, I'm into it. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. I didn't see the pink BH.
Yeah, because it's just like the smallest accent on like the rim of the taller one's hat, and like the weird jelly on the door.
Yeah, what is that?
I don't
There's
know.
a wire hanging on the top that's also pinkish. Weird. Why is this door jelly? If you guys want to know why the door is jelly, go see
Space Battle
Lunchbox
Lunchtime.
Pal Time. Space Battle Lunchtime. Space Battle Lunchtime by Natalie Reese.
So, what you probably come here for?
Yeah, how do I make a palette?
How do you make a palette?
I don't know.
So, the most important things for me is varying the value, so making sure you have a good range from like dark colors to light colors, varying the saturation, so you'll have like grays with like brighter colors. I mean, it depends on the vibe you want from your piece. Like, you can do things with completely neon colors if that's the vibe you want to go for, but if you want like a more standard piece, it's good to have like a nice range. And choosing like one color group to be more prevalent than others, and having the other thing as like an accent. So if you have an entirely like purple piece, you just accent it with like a little yellow, and it's nice. And choosing colors that fit your theme, that's important, obviously. So if you want to make something look moody, you could choose grays or more blues, just because like of the psychology behind that. It's analogous. Tomato.
Blues. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now I understand how to make a palette.
So these are just general tips, but I wasn't sure where to put them. So they're just here. So when you're shading, making the shadow colder, like a colder color, helps make it look like a deeper shadow. Like it just looks better. And like I can't quite put it into words. Great teacher. Great thing to say as a person who's trying to teach you.
I can't tell you why, but
I can't
just do it.
Tell you why. But it makes the shadow look deeper. It makes it look more interesting. Rather than just shading like a brown with a darker brown, you could make it a more saturated red, and it would look more interesting. So I guess back to like Magma Studio. Oops, how do I keep changing layers? This is fine. So if you had, like, Mel, yesterday you were making like a brown bowl.
Yeah.
A little brown soup bowl. So to shade it, I would go probably warmer. Well, okay, so here's where I'm confused as a human being. Is sometimes when red is like desaturated and darker, it can look colder than like a yellow, where I would associate like yellow with being, I don't know, I would say that yellow is colder, but in some cases like a redder shadow can look better. So it's all about trial and error here today. Like there's two different vibes with that.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I like it because like the if you have something like really, I forget what I was gonna say. I literally just forgot. Sorry.
If you have like a green soup in the bowl,
for example,
the green shadow might take some of the green vibes away from your soup, and you wouldn't want that.
I never want that. No,
you never want that.
No, I don't want that.
But that's also where knowing where like complementary colors can help.
Okay, so you made that warmer and darker.
Yeah, and making your shadows a little bit more saturated can help them look darker and like richer. Like they've got more money.
Hell yeah. Dude.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
But
legit.
it's,
Okay.
yeah. $1 bills.
Tips and rules. Oh, all right.
So if you want, like, let's say, Mel, you were doing a full pixel art piece. Like, for example, you know, as you have done in the past, you were doing, like, if you were just doing like a little landscape or something, you're like, well, sure. I want to put a mountain in the background.
Yeah, I always want to put a mountain in the background.
Yeah. If you were just to say, well, it's a grassy mountain, so I'm just going to make it the green that I think it is.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah.
And it's perfect.
So, what you could do to make it look a little bit better is make it a lot more blue.
Blue.
Like closer to the color of the sky. So, you'd make it lighter, because that kind of pushes it out of the foreground area. And now it looks like a mountain that's kind of like further back. And that's harder to kind of pick up on, I think. But
it does look like it's further away.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like you have to, yeah.
So if you wanted like a little hill in front of that, and you could do this. Layers, who knows her? Like a little hill that's kind of closer. Because it's weird. Closer to the green of your foreground. And you could obviously do this with, like let's say you wanted your foreground to be red.
Of course, which I want to do.
Yeah. You can make your colors kind of go more like this. Like if your sky was, say, like a light yellow, and then it has the same effect. Yeah. I
wonder why that happens. Like why, like, because like it's probably some evolutionary thing on why we think that like things that are like.
Well, actually, okay. So if you were to go outside and see all of the mountains in your beautiful city,
right.
No, but it's basically just like the atmosphere. As things are further away, you kind of get like things get bluer because of like the color of the sky and just kind of like I guess I can't explain it further than that, but it's like just the color of the sky. It gets further away. You can't. Okay, yeah, so-called moisture in the atmosphere. I don't know. Yeah, bending the light.
Whatever it is, but yeah, that tracks. Like that seems like a reasonable. Like that's why our eyes probably do that, because like that's
Yeah. So
it's really cool.
Making things that are, if you have a lighter background, making the things that are further away lighter and closer to that value makes them look also further away. So if I wanted to put a house on that hill, you'd think, oh, well, I want it to be a detailed house, and I'll just do this. And
that's what I usually do.
That's fine. But you could also just make it closer in value to like that orange that you have it on, and then now it's already further back.
That's more mysterious.
Yeah. But basically, tips aren't rules, and I use them to help me understand why something isn't working, and just trying to kind of like go back to them when I'm struggling with something.
That makes sense.
But color is something that you develop over time. Understanding why you don't like how something looks is harder than just going, well, I don't like this. So that's why I think like color picking and like looking at how other artists do things helps a lot more than just staying in like your own little thing and trying to like do it all by yourself.
Isolation, yeah, all right.
But with all that said, there are a bunch of different tools that you can use to like help you. And Mel, I've seen you use Color Hunt before.
I love Color Hunt.
Yeah. So that gives you just a bunch of palettes that usually work together pretty well. there's Paletton, which it gives you options to choose from, like Triadic, Split Complementary, Complementary, Tetradic, or you can like freestyle pick your own colors, but it gives you those colors in a bunch of different saturations and values, and it helps a lot. Color Hunt just gives you random color palettes, but they're like chosen to have like specific like vibes, and they're not just random colors that won't go together. And then Coolors, it generates random palettes, and I think it has an algorithm that makes it look nice, because I was going through them and they all looked fine. But it also has a color blindness toggle, so when you're picking colors, if you're not colorblind, you can sort of see how somebody who is colorblind would see those colors, which I thought was kind of cool. And then there's also a tool that generates a palette from like a photo, so if you have a really pretty like landscape photo, you could put that in and get colors out from it, which is something you can do with just color picking from the image, but that's faster.
There's I just want to do one more that I love, Design Seeds. It's been around for like 20 years or some shit. It's like really long. Yeah, I used this in college for just various things. But it does exactly that. It just takes, it's a bunch of pictures and it takes the values from those pictures, but it's been around for so long. So sometimes I'll go in there and I'll just like hang out and look at, I'm like, oh, I want this to be naturey. Oh, I'll pick these colors.
That's cool. Yeah, I was looking for ones because I'll use some of these, but not all the time. But there's like so many. You can just Google like color palettes and you can find a bunch of resources. So these are just some. But yeah. Anybody have any comments or questions?
No.
That was
okay, well, see you later.
All right.
Good. No, I like it. I learned a bunch of things that I will now apply to my day-to-day life.
Hell yeah.
Well, or at least every other day, the-day life. Legit. Look at tomatoes. I think is the highest of art that you can get. I think like there's like high art, and then there's what Tomato's doing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Modern art, beautiful.
I think his is postmodern art.
Postmodern art.
Yeah, thank you. As K Romaine, which is what I'm gonna call.
I'm being compared to Andy Warhol. My life is.
Yes.
Let's all thank Professor Echo here.
Oh, that's me.
Thank you, Professor Echo.
Thank
I'll give you a small golf clap. That's it.
Oh, that's it.
Okay.
Not for
but
myself.
no, that was really, really good. Yeah. Everybody like it? Yeah. Did everybody in chat like it? Did everybody learn something today?
Everybody get learnt?
Everybody get learnt? That's awesome. All right, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
we can,
I can save the PowerPoint as like a PDF and post it in Sneakbike Discord.
Or maybe we can put it on our website.
Oh, yes.
We could probably do something with this. Oh yeah, join our Discord.
We can't do anything
join
with
our
it.
Socials.
Shall we do our outro?
Yes.
We have an outro?
Well, you know, maybe I wrote one.
Ooh, I made this.
Oh, Romaine. Whoa.
Oh.
Do you have a favorite color scheme, Echo? Analogous, complementary, etc. What are you always doing?
What am I always doing?
What are you always doing?
I don't know. I'm gonna take a peek through my Procreate really quick.
All right.
Also, Ryan, this guy are sick. Thanks for following.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
I feel like I use Analogous a lot, but then also I think some of my favorite looking ones are complementary colors.
Hell yeah.
Just because there's so much versatility with it.
I like it.
Thanks, Professor Echo.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
okay.
My God.
All right. I guess it's
All right,
it's time to go, everybody.
Oh, the
Mel, maybe you can. Mel, maybe you
don't
can
know.
think of someone to rate.
Yeah, I can think of someone to rate.
But yeah, let's give like another shout. Oh my God, can you not? I'm talking.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah, one more shout out to Echo. Thank you so much for hosting this tonight. And I think
You're
this is a nice
welcome.
representation that our Sneakly Weeklies every week at Wednesday at 6 p.m. We're just pretty much down for anything and everything. We don't have to be learning video games or you know, anything.
You don't have to be
variations
learning
thereof.
anything.
Yeah, we don't have to learn anything.
I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, so we really are a casual variety show here. I'm done.
Perfect.
No. Just a thank you to Echo. Thank you, Tomato and Mel, for hanging out. Thanks everyone in chat. Thank you, SoCal, for moderating. No, don't thank me. I'm still hung up on what is a complementary color and whether saturation goes east or west or not.
What is a complementary color?
What is? I
Is
don't know.
Sneakbike.
We do have Jen playing, but we did raid Jen I think twice these past 2 times.
Yeah.
We also have Call Me Kellyanne. I think she's in the
Echo.
now.
Do you want to raid someone who's doing Hades?
Oh shit! Yeah.
I don't
Echo,
know anybody who's.
No, I
streaming.
got someone for us.
Oh yes.
Oh, okay.
Then.
Yeah.
God,
he normally does Overwatch, but he's been doing a lot of Hades recently, so we can go give him some love.
Wow.
But yeah, anyone and everyone, make sure you drop us a follow here, there, everywhere at Sneakbike. We do this every Wednesday at 6 p.m. and we'll also do this every Saturday at 3 p.m. Here is our. What's our command? Copy and paste that. All right.
Do I have to set up the rate? Oh no, okay. I was like, I don't know how to do that.
Yeah. No, don't worry about it.
I don't know how that works. But yeah, it was. If anybody like wants to message me about art, I'm literally always down for that.
Let's take down Cloud.
All right. Good. All right.
Bye, everybody.
Everybody say bye. Bye. And rate it.
Okay.
Hell yeah. When do you stop the stream after a raid?
About that crappy chat. Let's do it now.